Your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays, kids more worried about the
Hello and welcome to Aventador Gaming. Today we're going to be doing a bit more Need for Speed. Finally, it's the video that I have been saying that we're going to be doing for quite a while now. So what we're going to be doing, we're again taking this Aventador and making it a beauty and making it looking like an absolute beast with loads and loads of horsepower. So if you haven't actually ever used the Aventador in Need for Speed, it doesn't have that many options to do. So as you can see, it's got a few splitter options, it doesn't have any hood, it doesn't have any fenders, doesn't have any wing mirrors, does not have any rear fenders, does have wheels, does have side skirts, and it does have rear exhausts. By looking at, I don't believe I unlock rear diffusers, but if you go to the top, we do have a massive wide body kit, which kind of looks like a Rocket Bunny body kit, I believe, but this game doesn't say it is Rocket Bunny, and it whacks a massive spoiler on the back. It just completely changes the car. So you have to make sure your wheels are wide, you have to make sure, but it is quite an expensive job to make that body kit go on. It's 15 grand. So you have to make sure your wheels are nice and fat so they fit the arches. Also I do a slight camber on the wheels just so the better cornering. So let's pick some wheels. That's what I like about Need for Speed 2015. There are plenty of wheels to choose from, and whatever car you're going for, a Honda, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Ford, anything, you have the wheels to fit the business, to fit and choose the ones. And now they look very nice. They're not big enough. They are the slight biggest they can go, but I don't think they should be able to go bigger. I think they should. So you've got a thin profile tyre, but some people go for the front wheels different than the rear wheels or whatever, or but I like to keep it, on a racing car, I like to keep the wheels symmetrical so they all look nice and it just flows nicely, so it looks nice when it's flying down the road. A drift car, on the other hand, I like to front wheels look different than the rear, or the same rims, just different colours, because when it's drifting around corners, it looks so good, just having different colours and the colour contrast. But on this, I think it's more refined. So as you can see here, everything's locked because of the big body kit, but we have got windows. So let's do some colour and wraps on this thing. So we just get blue as a starter. Let it load. Takes a bit of a while to load each wrap for some reason, but I do like that green on my Lambo, but Lambos are meant to be orange. As we all know, Lambos look awesome in orange. They just do. Most people buy their Lambos in orange. I quite like my Lambos in lime green, but I do quite like them in orange. I like them both, I like the mix. So I think that is the colour to go for. So let's do some power, pure power. So I have actually got these things here you see are, you can either pick them up from driving around picking up the back of pickup trucks, but because I pre-ordered the game, I get a few extra things, like I think it's, what did I get, some reels, some vinyls which I don't know how to get, I haven't seen them yet, some splitters and spoilers, so that is some cool things you do get. So let's just add some pure power onto this thing. So already just adding the turbocharger just takes the power up insanely there, up to 991 brake horsepower. That is absolutely insane, and some awesome power just for, I think it was £18,000 or so there, didn't exactly catch it then, but that, some insane power, and we are going to try and get this thing to 1,000 horsepower, because this thing is going to rip up the streets of Need for Speed. Right. So there's some other problems with Need for Speed. I don't know if they've fixed it in the new update. I haven't actually been on since the new update. So this is no video I've pre-recorded, and it just takes some time to install the products that you've just recently bought. But you still get some insane power. We're nearly at the 1,000 benchmark. Nearly there. We have hit the 1,000 benchmark. 1,000 brake horsepower. That is insane from an Aventador. absolutely insane. I've still got some money to splash out to get the steering horsepower even higher than it already is. That's quite expensive. ECUs. So the ECU on this is just like a remap. What other stuff do we have here? Some wiring, so the ignition cables, electrical system, a complete, that's like spark plugs. This is a complete overhaul of the engine. Yes. So we are hitting a lot of horsepower right now. So the NITROUS system I equipped, so from the picking up all the back of pickup trucks, I actually got some NITROUS out of that. So the suspension, you want suspension so it can go around corners. You don't want to just be sat there idling and doing nothing. It's strange, it's taken a while to install this product. There we go. You don't want to be going to like 1000 horsepower, say 250 miles an hour towards a corner. You brake to, let's say, 120 miles an hour. It's a long sweeping corner. You don't just want to go into it and you just get body roll and you completely crash and completely mess up your race. So you want to make sure that you have the right power and suspension and tyres. You want to make it all good. So that's why we're doing some settings here. I always turn brake, drift assist and just normal drift off because I feel, what's the point? Because this is a racing car, I don't like it myself. I like to make sure that I'm getting the drift right how I want it instead of me just braking it goes into a drift. But because this is a track car, we are taking all drift assists off, which I usually do anyway, but just take them off. You do not want to be braking and the car flicking into a drift whilst you're going into a hardcore race. So let's load this and get out onto the streets and actually rev this beast to see what that 1010 horsepower engine can actually kick out. The sound, the note, the beautiful exhaust tone, the engine. Just see what it can do on the streets of Ventura Bay. Oh, that does sound good. 1010 horsepower. Wow. Sounds absolutely beautiful. Spitting flames from all 4 exhausts. That crazy spoiler. This thing can drive, look at it. Bit stiff to go around the corners, but there's a few to do in my setup I haven't completed fully. But just look at the speed already at 100 miles an hour. Completely flew around that corner there. You can actually still flick this into a slight drift if you want with the settings, but even though I'm on racetrack settings, it's just got enough power to, if you want, flick that handbrake and it will flick into an instant drift if you want the car to do that. Otherwise, you can just keep it track, keep it steady, and it will just be steady for you. So that is my 1010 horsepower Lamborghini Aventador with crazy body kit. I hope you all like. Please like, comment and subscribe.